Hey guys! Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I'm gonna show you guys how you can fit 1 million items in one chest. So, some of you have seen me create this exact mechanic on stream for a level we made for Jelly, Josh and Craner, but I thought it would be a really cool concept to make a video out of and just share it with everyone. So the first thing we'll need is to obviously create a chest and add something to it, anything you want. I just added gold here now, but obviously if you're making an adventure map and you already have gold as a currency, then add whatever, ammo, wood, guns, whatever. We just need one item in the chest, one. And then we'll do some magic and change it into 1 million items. The next thing we'll need is a trigger. That's right, we're gonna do some mechanical magic. Place the trigger and configure it as followed. First of all, we'll disable the triggered by player, triggered by damage, triggered by vehicles, and triggered by sequencer. Which one are we going to enable? The triggered by item. And why exactly? Well, let's read it. It says whether or not to activate the trigger when an item hits it. This includes dropped items and projectiles. And this is the first thing for a magic. So let's just say when triggered, transmit on channel 1, and let's make it invisible in game, just so that we don't give away the magic of the mechanic behind it. And now just place this trigger right over your chest. And just make sure it's big enough to cover all the sides of the chest. Because what is going to happen is, people are going to open the chest, the item falls out, and triggers the trigger. Because we set it to trigger on item, meaning as soon as something drops on it, including the opening of the chest, it automatically triggers. Now it's time to actually do something when, we know that this person opened the chest. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna use an item spawner. So grab an item spawner from the creative inventory, then just drop it down, and now we're just going to completely fill it up with as many random items as we want. So first I'm just gonna fill up my inventory with prop guns, just so that everything I select now drops, and I'm just gonna go through the list. I'm gonna add a couple of weapons, maybe some consumables as well, just random stuff. And just make sure that the more variation of items you have, the better this works. Because if you only put a few items in there, they might start to stack up together. So it's better to just get a lot of random items in there. And actually I'm going to add in the jewel as well, and a couple of coins. Because these items make a noise as soon as they're dropped. So I'm gonna add these in as well. Obviously the gold, I just need to drop in there because they're in the resources and not in the guns. Now let's configure our item spawner. And let's just go over the options. Items respawn, obviously to on. Visible during game, to off, because, well, we don't want to show this. We just want to give them the impression that the chest is giving all these items. Then time between spawn and initial spawn to 1. Enable that game start to no. And then the magic, continuously spawn items to on. And this is gonna just cause the items to just spawn out as you saw in the intro. And they just get thrown out, and if they're through the entire list, it will just repeat it again. That's how we're gonna give the impression that there's 1 million items in this chest. And now finally, we're gonna say enable when receiving from channel 1, which is our trigger. And what exactly is our trigger again? Exactly, as soon as the chest opens, it gets triggered. And then just turn your item spawner a little bit upside down so that the items fall off. Now, time to start the game and check what's gonna happen. So, the trigger is invisible. If we stand on it or hit it, nothing happens. But as soon as we open the chest, item falls out, triggers, and our item spawner just starts throwing out items. And just listen to the infinity blade, the jewel, and the coins constantly making sound, making it even more convincing. Now sadly enough, the items do run out. So the more items you drop in there, the longer it's gonna keep throwing out stuff. Now let's make it a little bit more realistic, and I'm gonna show you guys a lock that you can put on the chest so that you can make your own adventure with this. What we're going to do to extend this is have people first find a key somewhere in your map, and the chest is gonna be locked meanwhile. And once they find the key to the chest, they'll be able to open it and a million items are gonna spawn out. I used this, as I said before, in a map that we made for Jelly, Craner, and Josh. And in the end, I'll leave a little clip of their reaction when they played it as well. So how are we gonna lock the chest first? First, we need an objective device. I like to use this blue one, but any objective device works. And just make sure that it's 100% covering the entire chest from all angles. Then, configure it as follows. Change the health to invulnerable, so that no matter how many times they hit it, it's not gonna explode. And then scroll down just a little bit and change the hide health bar at to always, so that there's never a health bar visible. And then finally, change the visibility of this item and make sure the collision is on. And now we need a new channel for when we find the key. So I'm just gonna say destroy this barrier on channel 2. Channel 2 is what we're gonna bind when we actually find our key. Now our key, you should normally hide this, but I'm just gonna put it right here. And to do so, I'm gonna grab an emoji because there's actually a key emoji that works perfect. So I just copied that from an emoji page, pasted it, make sure your font is on Burbank or it's not gonna work. I'm gonna remove the border so that it really looks like, well, a key and not just a billboard. And now I'm just gonna rotate it a little bit and just drop it down right here. Well, I can place it anywhere, but I should probably hide the key better, but this will work. Now we'll need our interaction with the key. So how are we gonna do that? Let's grab a button. We'll make it invisible and we'll just make it look like you can actually pick up the key. Place the button right on top of your key and then configure it as followed. Change the trigger sound to disable to not give away we're pressing a button. Change the text to something like grab the key or whatever you want to do. Visible during game to no. Interaction radius, let's up it a little bit. 0.5 should be good. And then we'll say when interacted with, transmit on to channel 2. And now finally, we're also going to set the set text hidden when receiving from channel 2. So let's just recap what happens. You press the button, which is channel 2, which also hides our key, like you're actually picking it up. Then the objective device gets destroyed, so people can now access the chest. When they can access the chest, they can just open it, the item will fall out onto the trigger, trigger enables the item spawner, and that's just gonna start throwing out items, making it look like an endless chest. Now let's try this in game. So first we start, and as you can see, we can't interact with the chest. I don't even get the option to open it or nothing. It's just, it's closed. There's no way to open it. Now time to find our key. I wonder where it is. Oh, found it. Grab the key. As you can see, well, heard the objective device got deleted. Now we can actually open it. We search it, and there we go. And that's it, guys. That's how easy it is. I hope you guys liked this extended tutorial, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace!
This chest is dangerous. You must not open it unless you want to see its magic.
Open it!
The key for it was locked away for no human to find.
Wait!
Oh, yeah.
The key! Oh!
So now
Take
you
it
can
back.
open the chest, Jelly.
So we're gonna see what
Wait,
the
why
magic
me?
is. I have a feeling, guys, that this might kill us.
I mean,
this is
it's a
doing
dumb
Jelly.
way to die. Oh no,
Whoa!
it didn't!
Look at all
It
these
didn't kill us,
items.
guys.
Dumb.
Free
This
items!
is
Yes!
amazing.
Wait, what's that? Ah!
Whoa!
Ow!
Death by drowning in
Car
items.
just landed on me and I died.